Hi, everybody, and welcome.
How many of you understand or speak Russian?
И вот я здесь.
What you gonna work on?
Я хочу научиться обменивать что-то, что я могу или что я делаю, на деньги.
First, we find something that you love doing, and then we worry about the money later.
Мне не получается делать то, что я не хочу делать. Мне нужно найти в этом какую-то любовь.
Shall we?
Yeah.
Okay. Daria? Yes.
Thank you for coming, Daria.
Спасибо, что пришла в центр, Дарья. Это страшно. It's a bit scary.
How many of you understand or speak Russian? Yes, I'm happy that we have a chance to work with a translator.
Как парашютист.
Yeah, jump out of the airplane.
Можно, да?
Soft landing.
Будет мягкое приземление.
Я знаю.
How many of you, by the way, how many of you here have at one point lived either in Russia or in Ukraine? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people. Okay. All right, so
Here we go.
Класс.
good morning.
Good morning.
Доброе утро.
Hi.
Hi.
Good morning.
Hi. Thank you for being here.
Я так счастлива быть здесь. Это
Me
чудо
too. I'm
просто.
so
это
happy you're
чудо.
here too.
Просто давно вас знаю.
Really?
Да, вас троих по видео, по... У нас есть общие друзья. Вот. И вот я здесь.
What you gonna work on?
Я хочу научиться обменивать что-то, что я могу или что я делаю, на деньги. Я раньше этого не делала.
Жил.
Это будет новый опыт.
You want a job?
Может быть,
Could be.
я просто хочу делать то, что я люблю, умею и делаю. И получать за это
And,
деньги.
to receive money for
Обменивать
that.
на это, да. Просто работа у меня была уже.
Oh, you're saying, okay, so, yeah, it's not, you haven't worked for money before.
Да, я работала за деньги.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you're saying you would like to find something that you enjoy doing?
Ты хочешь
And that
сказать,
pays.
что ты хочешь...
Да,
Yes.
да, наверное, да.
Yes. True.
How would you feel if we say we work on finding something that you love doing? First, we find something that you love doing, and then we worry about the money later.
Да, я согласна. Это как раз то, как я живу.
Do I have a role play on this?
Yeah.
Oh, so one role says here, I want to find something that I enjoy doing and that pays money. Because before that I had a, now it's called a shit job, meaning I did
Классная
something
была.
for money.
Нет, это была классная работа.
Okay, well, I had the money, but I did, it was good money or it was a great job,
Хороший.
but it wasn't something that I truly loved.
Но это не то, что я по-настоящему любила.
Мне не получается делать то, что я не хочу делать. Мне нужно найти в этом какую-то любовь. Я любила все, что я делаю. Просто сейчас это перестало работать, и все изменилось. Наверное, сейчас я больше знаю, что я могу, больше чувствую себя, и у меня уже не получается соглашаться на все и делать все. Просто это не перестало работать.
Maybe I can talk to my
Yeah.
co-facilitator.
Great.
So that is a common issue,
Yeah,
don't you think?
I do.
And has become more pronounced after COVID.
Yeah,
You agree?
definitely.
So my thought would be that we work on finding something together with Daria that she really loves.
Great.
We work on the assumption that if you find something that you truly love, you will eventually make money on it. Eventually. not right away, right?
Yeah.
So we'll disregard the sentence, I can no longer do anything that I don't like.
I'm so glad you said that.
Because this is mixing two separate realities together. Because it's like saying, I want to find happiness in my dreaming life. Yes, so energetic and fulfillment. And at the same time, it should take care of everything in consensus reality. But these are separate, these are parallel universes. So that's a larger issue.
I got it.
You think?
Yeah.
So, what kind of things do you love? What do you like doing, or what is your gift, or?
Ну, я очень люблю жить, люблю людей.
Okay.
Я профессионально наслаждаюсь моментом. Да, я максимальный хиппи просто в этом мире, и мне очень страшно.
Okay.
Раньше как раз я работала, я просто жила, мне не нужны были деньги, то есть я как будто это не было обменом в моей жизни, то есть я просто что-то хотела, что-то приходило, а сейчас я в ситуации, где мне нужно выживать, и так как я раньше жила всю свою жизнь, вокруг меня было много потрясающих людей, и я понимаю, что я не умею взаимодействовать с системой, а не с человеком. Я как будто сейчас в Германии попала в ловушку, где система просто жонглирует моими страхами.
I have a question about the levels again, because we started with what do you love, but it seems to have switched to the making money now situation.
Yeah. So we have a hippie on the one side, and we have a system that doesn't basically support hippiehood.
Yes.
No, Germany supports hippie. If you're a hippie, they pay you. No, I'm joking.
Да, и она хочет за это мою душу. И я хочу поэтому научиться зарабатывать деньги, чтобы...
Okay, so first we like to get a feeling of the system and the hippie. Okay?
Yeah.
We do a role play. Okay? So I'm the hippie.
I be
You're
the
the
system. Yeah.
Okay. So I love life. I love the moment. I love people. I love being alive, and that's a special gift that I have. And I think all you people that work and sell your soul to corporations and jobs and all of this, they live in a prison.
Вы все живете как в тюрьме.
And I don't want that.
И я бы для себя этого не хотела.
I don't want that. So I'm gonna work my way around here in Germany, or wherever I go, or maybe I have to travel to another country. I'm gonna find a way of money comes to me. I'm attracting it.
Я их привлекаю к себе.
Okay, then
So
you...
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay, you want to help the system.
Помоги системе.
You're the system.
Да делай, что хочешь.
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
Okay. Great. Sounds good. Great. So where's the conflict?
Я думаю, что я здесь прошу помощи у системы. Да, в моей стране война, у меня там была совершенно другая жизнь. У меня ребенок, у меня российское гражданство. Мне очень страшно. У меня друзья и родственники, на войне. Большинство моих близких людей сейчас...
Almost all my friends and relatives are at war.
Мне тяжело с тобой обмениваться, так как ты того хочешь. Система мне предлагает деньги и жилье. Да, и за это она хочет быстрой интеграции в общество. Мое состояние довольно долго не позволяло вообще видеть мир и что-либо чувствовать. А мне нужно кормить моего ребенка.
Then there is the hippie on this side.
Oh.
Because you don't sound anymore in that role like a hippie. Okay? So I'm the hippie.
So I have a child, I need to integrate, I'm anxious, I come from, it's hard for me to do things here now.
Сложно что-либо сделать здесь.
Yeah, chill out, sister. Chill out, have a drag. Chill out. Life is good. You look like you've been eating. You don't look like you've been eating a lot, but you look like you've been eating.
Много кушала, но что-то ты ела сегодня.
But what about my child?
It's alive. It's playing. Relax. Yeah. See, now we're talking.
Вот сейчас мы
What
говорим.
is this panic integration? I need
Ты
help,
паникуешь по
whatever.
поводу
Boy, they really got you.
The system really got me.
Yeah, it'll come out fine. Don't worry. It's nothing as bad as it looks. And if the system says you have to integrate faster, then you should say, whoa, okay.
Скажи
Check that
системе,
system out.
ладно,
Yeah,
окей,
yeah, man.
хорошо.
That one's on
Integrating faster,
speed.
man. That's a good thing. I'm right there with you, system. Don't worry.
Не
All right.
переживай.
Yeah. It's rough at the moment.
Сначала не сейчас,
And I heard that your family suffers back
Я
in the
слышал, что
thing.
твоя
That's painful.
это больно.
War is painful. Yeah, war is shit. It's a losing idea.
Да, и вот это-
Ukraine, Russia.
вот это вот
That's good for people who want to do that, but not for us. It's not easy.
это
It's
сложно.
not easy
Не
to
просто.
keep that attitude in the midst of everything that
Очень
happens.
непросто.
But we're good at that.
Но мы с тобой
It's a gift we have.
справляемся. У нас такой дар.
We love life, we love dancing,
We love
good
people,
moments, we love people.
yeah.
Справляемся.
Ну, это большая поддержка, да. Еще мы... Ну, танцы, песни, любовь, конечно.
Yes, so, of
Видеть
course, love,
красоту — это
dancing
большая
and
поддержка.
beauty is a big support.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, it is. Do you want to go on either side? What happens if you watch this?
Да, я очень благодарна системе за то, что она сейчас поддерживает меня и моего ребенка. Она
Very
абсолютно не обязана
grateful
это делать.
to me.
Я очень много сил трачу на то, чтобы
put a
прийти
lot
в
of
состояние, из
effort.
которого я с благодарностью выйду плавно из этой зависимости
Какой зависимости?
от денег, которые мне дает система. То есть я
would love
очень ценю это. Я очень много занимаюсь волонтерством и поддерживаю людей всегда
I
в
volunteer
их
a lot.
в миграции, в любом
volunteer and
состоянии.
support people.
Просто я
Молодец,
просто
Дарья.
не умею конвертировать это в как будто если я
But I don't know how to
попрошу
convert it into.
я хочу какого-то контроля в этом. То есть сейчас я получаю благодарность хаотично и в каком-то... О, хочешь поездку, а хочешь там, вот мы тебе жилье
Some people are grateful and they
найдем,
say,
документы за тебя
"Oh,
заполним.
would you like-"
Я просто могла не так, может, сформулировать свой запрос, потому что, с одной стороны, это очень
probably-
стыдно, что я не научилась называть, например, цену за услугу, что я не
I
училась предлагать себя как
or to
специалиста.
sell myself.
Это происходит так: ой, Даш, мне плохо, или ой, а можешь...
It happens like this. Somebody calls me, Dasha, I don't feel well.
Мне нужна твоя помощь,
I
или
need your
просто
help.
посиди рядом, побудь.
Please just stay with me.
А можешь сводить меня в трип?
Can you-
Просто побудь рядом, раздели мои чувства. И вот, и все, и все.
And that's it.
Да, а потом мы просто общаемся, как будто бы человек-человек. И мне мои друзья стали говорить, что это вообще-то можно, это помогающая профессия,
and
да.
then my friends told me that I can receive money for that.
So I would like you to consider the following. You said in the beginning, I take everything that people say seriously. You said, my gift is I love life, I love people, and I'm a hippie.
И я хиппи.
Yes?
Да?
It's what you said.
Это то, что ты сказал.
Это так, как я понимаю, наверное.
That's how I
это.
understand.
And everything that you said was congruent about that. You were saying, so
Говоришь так.
I noticed myself, I'm a hippie. Hippies typically don't get paid. And if you were a real hippie and someone would say now it's a job, you would say, well, then I no longer want it. You don't want to get paid for being a hippie, or
Потому
otherwise
что
you're
я
no
не
longer a
хочу,
hippie.
чтобы мне платили за то, что я хиппи.
So I think you have a gift. Let's call it for now hippie. That's a gift. And now you're saying, now I'm here and I need to learn how to make money and how to make money and how to charge money or something like this.
Это прошлое как будто идентичность моя, вот хиппи. И я сейчас уже ее не чувствую.
It was my past identity.
Я вот прям в
Now
новом...
I don't feel it
В начале
anymore.
пути я хочу научиться этому.
I think we have a hard time to find the edge because
Почему?
there is a inner conflict there with what the identity is. If we work with the hippie, it says I don't want to be anymore a
Потому что
hippie.
если мы говорим,
The moment we say you have to find a job and we teach you now how to become serious and get a job, then the hippie will say I can't do work that I don't love. So now I want to be direct with you. I think you have a hippie spirit, you move like a hippie, and you dress like a hippie, and that's a good thing. And it's going to lead you through it. You don't have to become a German corporate person. So the first thing that I did notice in that role play when I said, don't worry, chill out, relax, it's going to come out good. You have a big smile. So I want to tell you, Daria.
Я знаю, это правда.
Yeah. Yeah. You notice, but in time you forget it. This is why you smile. Now listen for once. Even hippies sometimes have to listen. I want to tell you it's going to come out good. And I understand that you become anxious. I understand that coming from Russia/Ukraine, you are running in a complicated refugee situation. And I understand that in some way the system here is overtaxed and has a hard time to deal with everything that's happening. And that there is this whole financial issue and you have a child. What is going to help you through this is your hippie nature and not developing some skills you can charge. And that's a gift that you have. So you don't have to become the German attitude. You don't have to integrate. You can remain yourself. Don't believe in this when people say you have to become German or otherwise you can't stay here.
не верь людям, которые говорят, становись немкой, либо ты не выживешь.
You can still love people, love life, and love the moment.
You understand? Right. So I like to show you hippie style of making money with what you do.
Спасибо.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Okay. So call me, I'm a hippie.
Позвони.
Call me and say, can you help me?
So hi, hey. So I need it. I need your company. I have to go on this trip and I need to talk to you.
Yeah. I love to help. And I'm even learning to ask a little bit for help too. Yeah. If I help you, you think you're able to help me a little bit because I have a child and I could use some money. So if you have a little bit extra, I would really appreciate it. But if you can't afford it, I'm coming anyhow.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah. You have a little something?
Yeah, I have something.
Really?
Yeah.
Чуть-чуть там денег.
That's really nice. Thank you.
Здорово, да, есть. Ой, спасибо огромное.
Yeah. Okay, great.
Хорошо.
It allows me to be my loving self and help people and love people.
Этот способ позволяет
And you're helping me. Through hippie life, we trade. We don't work and we don't sell. We trade. You like? Yeah.
Ну, это похоже, да, на то, что я хочу, и то, как мне привычно.
Yeah. It's much better than this.
Hello?
Hi.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I need someone to come with me on this trip and also someone to talk to. Can you come?
Yes, for the trip I charge 15 euros, and for having companies I charge
обычно беру $15, а за это я беру вот столько.
That's 22 euros 50.
$22.50.
I want a deposit of half of it in my PayPal, and the rest cash when I come. It's not good.
Это нехорошо,
It's not who you are.
Это ты так не можешь. Это не тебе не свойственно.
You will never be able to do that.
Не получается.
What do you think?
Да, я думаю, что нужно попробовать.
Yeah, I need to try.
And then you have to think, this attitude of loving life loving people and loving good times.
И любишь, ну, вот хорошие времена.
And dance and music is going to get you the job. Yes.
Да.
So,
That's
and you have to trust that. You said, I know it's going to come out good.
Не просто
Trust that you're guided by an inner force of love. Don't make war. Don't be easygoing. Take it easy. Detach. Trust it.
Человечное.
human.
Yeah, trust it. Also, you made a couple of friends here.
Друзей, да?
By who you are.
Да, так и было.
Yes.
Okay. You look happy. What do you
Ты
think?
выглядишь
Is it
радостной,
good?
да?
Yeah.
Да, спасибо. Спасибо.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. Very sweet.
gorgeous.
Thank you.
Мне иногда...
You know, you're a really beautiful
Ты
person.
знаешь, ты очень красивый человек.
Спасибо
You're
большое.
Thank you so much.
Это взаимно. Я
You do
так
great.
думаю про каждого
You
здесь,
also
про
very
вас
beautiful
особенно. И...
And I think...
I do too. Beautiful people is why it's called beautiful people.
Вот почему наш семинар называется «Красивые
Я
люди».
сразу поняла, да, это
I understood it right away.
точное название, да.
You know about weak link theory? Weak link, a little bit, you know, like complex system theory and weak links. So, you know, like network theory. You have like, let's say, this network here. In here, within this group, we have now on day 3 all strong links. Strong links means mathematically, I know Tanya. Tanya now knows Elizabeth. And Elizabeth knows all the people in here. And Tanya also knows all the people in here. So if you look at these as network points, you can see everybody's linked with everyone else. Right? And then, Sue, you live in the Netherlands. So like if I talk to you, I have my whole network, and then you have your whole network. And for example, I don't know who your second cousin is.
No, you don't.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
That's a weak link. So a weak link is if I talk to you, Siri, I don't know anything about you, but it's possible. Well, I know we have a stronger link because we both have Red Mindel. But apart from that, I don't know your other connections, and you don't know my other connections, but you know some here. That's called a weak link. You following me? Now, in network theory, there's something called triad closure, which I won't go into it. But typically, people think that opportunities or relationships happen within your strong link network. Like, let's say you suddenly are unemployed. Your first question is, who could I ask? Well, I know so-and-so, I know so-and-so, I know so-and-so, I know so-and-so. And you think, okay, I'm going to go and talk to my aunt. And you sit in the bus, and in the bus you sit next to a person, you think, well, certainly that stranger isn't going to help me find a job. Now, if you're interested in this, there's a bunch of wild, amazing books out there. There is statistical proof that opportunities come through weak links and not strong links. So if you're yourself and spontaneous, your chances of creating new ecosystems in your life is much, much higher than if you are staying in a relatively small group that knows each other. So triad closure is, for example, you notice this particular, we haven't been in Germany for quite a while, and maybe at least third or half of the people sitting here, I don't know, I haven't met before. So these are weak links. But the reason, like for example, you remember I was here, some of you remember I was here, I was working a lot in Germany like 15 years ago or whatever. And there was a pretty big communities, frequently around 100 people or so that we had. But they had strong links, meaning suddenly there's triad closures, and that's why organizations and groups like this don't grow. Because in the beginning you say, wow, this is really amazing, or fun, or you should come. And then because of that your network grows. But then there is triad closure where suddenly people no longer are looking for new people that they can bring in because they compete now with the status that they have. So for example, relationships also form triad closure. In the United States, usually when people are 50, they no longer create new friendships. You now have your friends, and that friendship circle is relatively stable, and it's now closed, and you now go with the same friends for dinner, with the same friends for a vacation, with the same friends for this, and then you stay with them maybe till you're like 124, and it's no longer all that exciting, but it's known, and it's a triad closure thing. And then if someone says, hey, by the way, I made a new friend, do you mind if he comes along? I don't know. What do you think?
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a statistical, it's a mathematical issue.
Okay.
And we just, and it's not true for you or for individuals
Sorry, I
here.
just got into it again.
Can you follow that? But Holland is leading with the shortest triad closure, 26 years. The average Dutch person no longer creates new, you're nodding, creates new friends once they're 26. They have their friendship circle, it stays there. They still talk to other people, but not lifelong relationships come out of that anymore. So it's very interesting. I love stuff like that because it's mathematical and it shows statistical cultural trends.
Yeah.
We can't explain why or how, it's not good or bad, it's just really interesting. But I thought in this case, you're a refugee. It's a highly, highly contentious situation. I'm going to talk slowly so that Daria can hear. Maybe Daria, you want to listen for a moment. You come and you're a refugee. And everything sort of is like now up for grabs. You don't know where you're going to sleep. You don't know where will you get a job. You don't really know anymore where, how will the next year be. You don't know where will I end. And then there's these various social services, whatever, they're like trying to fit you in a kind of category so they can manage you as good as they can. And then this is a group that is highly anxious because they're no longer in their normal environment. So they become like anxious, which then creates a problem with the groups that help, because they think, well, like, we're helping. At least you should say thank you. But on the other side, I say thank you, man. I want to say screw you, because it's really difficult for me. Can you follow that? So in a situation like this, I think to go back to finding a core. So we were lucky in this case because Daria said, well, actually, my gift is being me and loving the spot that I'm in and loving life and trusting that, because I want to say this is not naive, because complex system theory says that actually that raises the possibility of finding solutions. Like in the beginning, I said, how did you get here? And she says, I don't know. Well, actually, we knew about the film, and this is how we got here. And just following that interest and coming here, suddenly they know like 40 more people all over Europe with all kinds of resources and possibilities. Can you follow that? And the reason I'm saying that, I feel that's really important that you understand, each of us have something special about them. And we somehow don't trust that what is special about us will actually lead us further. So we think we have to mainstream ourselves and hide what's special about us and become more what we think is wanted by the mainstream. But that's a really hard way to succeed because everybody else is already in the mainstream competing.
For that.
You follow me?
I just got it, what touched me so much, so hypnotic to think I have to become more like how I'm supposed to be. But how much you don't want to, and how beautiful it is to see how actually, no, it's not like that. And showing and seeing how there's another way to actually be you and find the way is beautiful to see.
There's many studies done, for example, about job applications and job interviews. And this just recently one that was completed in the United States, where they find that there is all these criteria that people go through when they hire someone and they make all these interviews and they make all these things. But then finally at the end, the decision is still somehow weirdly non-linear and arbitrary.
Yeah. Beautiful.
So, but everybody's trying to categorize that and systemize it so that you can find a linear way of making these choices. Doesn't quite happen.
Yeah.
Or you can use, for example, like feedback system. We've been working now for a long time, feedback system, for example, so recent, like when I came here in Berlin, I was preparing for the seminar. And when we prepare for a seminar, one of the things we do is we're looking at what we can learn and what are our personal development edges. So we can practice this so that we don't start to focus on what's good for people, but like, how can we grow? And then I was talking to someone in the street about how are you, just like a person that he smiled and we both smiled. I said hi. It was a Turkish person. And then at the end, I said, okay, it was really nice to meet you. And he said, you too. And then I found myself, I have no idea why. I said, thanks. And then the guy looks at me like, he looks like shocked. What's this? Right? I don't know what it was. And then I walked away, and then I thought, why did I do that? And then I thought, oh, I know, it's gratitude to be here, and I'm grateful to have a chance to get to know people and to interact with people. And then I thought, I think that is going to be my attitude that I'm trying to grow into for this seminar. And then it was a thought process. And then I look up, and then there's this middle-aged soccer mom, you know, Fußballmutter, is coming down with an Einkaufstasche, and she's like talking to herself, and then she puts the Tasche down, and then she goes, she puts the Tasche up and walks further out of nowhere. And then I think, that's positive feedback, right? It's positive, like, it's coming out of nowhere. Yeah. It's too good to be true. Yeah. And then I thought, so maybe that was really right. And Ellen had a dream about being on the beach. She said, let's be on the beach. Her dream says, let's be on the beach. And the beaches are amazing, right? Because everybody, people love beaches. The moment you're on a beach, life stops. And I thought, yeah, this is a good thing. It's going to be a seminar for the two of us on the beach. And I'm not joking. I look up and this guy comes in his like mid-50s, and he must have spent a lot of time in the Bierstube, and he has this huge belly, and he has a T-shirt on that says, see you at the beach. So it's too good to be true, right? I thought like, okay, so this is a clear feedback that obviously I need that support, and here it was.
It's beautiful.
So weak links.
Cool.
So do you have any thoughts about the last work? Hippie? How many of you ever been a hippie? Look at this.
Like Terence.
Your
Do you
parents?
mean like the figurative? Do you mean like the idea of a hippie, or actually have been a?
Actually a hippie. Like lived hippiehood.
My dad.
No? Bona fide. You have like a stamp in the passport, profession hippie. They had a very close friend who is no longer alive, who was, I lived in a hippie community. I was a wannabe hippie. And I had a very close friend who actually was the only real hippie that I met. Mm-hmm. And at one point we got all arrested because of was an anti-Vietnam War demonstration, and the police were photographing us, and everybody was anxious and nervous, a little bit, except for Carlo. He stayed a hippie. He was very relaxed. And he looked at us, he said, "Don't worry, these people are on a bad trip." The police, whoa. They don't look happy.
Amazing.
So he was a big inspiration to many of us.
Was that in Switzerland?
What?
Yeah.
In Bern.
In Bern?
Yeah. He was artist. He recreated afterwards. He did the first. In Bern they have these fountains. Bern, Switzerland, is famous. They have these fountains, and then every decade they make a fountain, and where that has a figure or a symbol that is typical for the decade. And he was like way out there. It was the 60s, he was a way out there artist. And the city of Bern commissioned him to do a fountain, to do the fountain for the decade. And he did, that was long before World Work, and he did the most amazing fountain. But it only was up for about a year, and then the city took it down. It was a beautiful fountain. And then they had these pillars in the middle, and then on top the symbol. Mm-hmm. And it was a ladder. On top, it was a little ladder that went up, hit it, and on top was a little platform. And underneath it says, "The most important person." You get it? Mm. The most important person is the one who goes up there. You.
And the city had to take it down because it was
What?
too dangerous with people climbing on top, or why did
Sorry?
they take it? Why did they take it down?
There was an insult to the tradition. They wanted to have an important figure up there. Maybe a lot of people
I got it.
thought there would be symbol for freedom, or
I just got it. The
No.
thing was supposed to have an important figure
Yeah.
on it, and
Yeah.
And it couldn't be the common population.
no, or at least it would have to be an artistic presentation of the common man as he presents himself or something. Yeah. So it was interactive,
That's beautiful.